On March 3, 2023, a Minnesota state trooper spotted a stolen Kia SUV speeding along I-94 at around 94 miles per hour. What should have been a routine traffic stop quickly shifted into something far more serious. Within seconds, the driver made a decision and the chase was on. The Kia accelerated, weaving aggressively through traffic and making sudden lane changes.
Going right to the light, back on 94 northbound. It's going to be black Kia, red plate, Edward, Sarah, 93, occupied by 1.
Can I copy? It's so vehicles.
Speed sounds good for light traffic.
Speed sound driven for light traffic. What's the next exit?
The pursuit came to a shocking end near the Highway 49 overpass. The driver lost control, and the Kia plunged off the bridge, crashing onto the roadway below. Despite the violent impact, both suspects climbed out of the wreckage.
We're letting the locals know right now. 656.
Oh, then he crashed. He just dropped down to 94 from the 49th overpass. Start medics.
We've got medics. We'll get somebody down there. Is there a partner close? Occupants running. Driver's running. Black hoodie, dark jeans, passenger, hand shorts, black hoodie.
They're running. Hey, don't come up on 49th now. Where are they going?
As the chase did not last long, a roadside camera managed to capture the moment it ended in a shocking way near the Highway 49 overpass. The driver lost control, causing the Kia to veer off the bridge and crash onto the road below. When the vehicle lost control and fell off the bridge, one suspect immediately got out and ran into a nearby alley, while the other remained trapped inside as the car began to smoke and burst into flames.
2 suspects are running over from the southbound side of 94 to 49th, running westbound.
253 Metro, one has a black hoodie, gray sweatpants with the orange line on it, orange shoes, other wearing all black.
10-4. West Metro State Patrol is now patched with LTAC 1 for a foot pursuit, 94 and 49th in Minneapolis. 2 suspects running westbound near 49th Avenue from 94. The driver is the one in all black.
Police quickly set up a perimeter and searched for the 2 suspects in the surrounding area. Both were later apprehended near the scene. Authorities confirmed that the driver was only 14 years old, along with a 15-year-old passenger. What seemed like a simple car theft ended in a crash that could have been fatal. A reminder that reckless decisions, especially at that age, can spiral out of control in seconds, and the consequences come. On April 9, 2026, in Broward County, Florida, a bank robbery and plantation triggered an immediate response from local police and the FBI. A suspect, later identified as 56-year-old Tommy Duane Dennis, Dennis pushed the vehicle through busy intersections, into oncoming traffic, and even through a construction zone. The red Kia Soul weaved dangerously between vehicles, showing no regard for anyone in its path. Multiple units stayed in pursuit as the suspect escalated the situation, turning public roads into a high-risk environment with Officers and FBI agents quickly surrounded the vehicle, ordering the suspect to surrender. After a brief standoff, Dennis complied and was taken into custody without further incident. He was transported to a hospital before being booked into jail. Authorities confirmed no injuries were reported. What started as a bank robbery ended in a crash that could have taken lives, a reminder that every second of running only tightens the outcome. On August 9th, 2024, around 3:21 p.m. on US 19 near Republic Drive, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper spotted a silver vehicle driving recklessly, speeding, tailgating, and weaving through traffic. What should have been a routine stop quickly turned into something far more unpredictable.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! On your hands right now! Hands up! No! Hey, take the key out! Take the key out! Hands up! Hands up right now! Hands up! Roll the window down! Roll the window down!
When police signaled for the vehicle to stop, the driver made a dangerous decision to flee. The car quickly exceeded 100 miles per hour, aggressively weaving through lanes and creating a serious risk for everyone on the road. The pursuit grew more intense, as the suspect showed no intention of stopping, even slamming on the brakes at one point, kicking up a cloud of dust before speeding off again. Not long after, officers successfully executed a PIT maneuver, causing the suspect to lose control and crash into a utility pole.
Stop moving! Get your hands off the wheel! Stop pressing the pedal! Don't press the pedal! Don't do anything! Stop! 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 Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Hey, I got the taser.
When the suspect crashed into the utility pole, the vehicle spun violently. It came to a stop on the roadside, but the suspect still refused to give up. He opened the door and fled the scene on foot. The chase finally came to an end when the vehicle became stuck on a grassy area near a Burger King. Even then, the situation didn't settle. The driver resisted, attempting to restart the car and escape again. Troopers were forced into a physical struggle, eventually deploying a taser to bring him under control. Once detained, the driver claimed that during the struggle, a bystander had taken money and personal belongings from his bag. At the same time, officers informed him that his license was revoked, though he insisted it had already been reinstated. He now faces multiple charges, including driving with a revoked license and fleeing law enforcement. What started as reckless driving quickly spiraled into a chaotic confrontation, a reminder that every decision to run only complicates the outcome and adds consequences that could have been avoided. On July 10, 2025, in Orlando, Florida, what began as a routine traffic enforcement quickly escalated into a high-speed pursuit. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper identified a vehicle speeding aggressively on the highway, but instead of stopping, the driver made a dangerous choice, and within seconds, the chase was on. The black Dodge Charger pushed to extreme speeds, reaching up to 135 miles per hour as it tore down I-4. The driver weaved through traffic, cut across lanes, and created near collisions at every turn. At that speed, every second became a life-threatening gamble for the suspect, for officers, and for everyone else on the road. Troopers stayed locked in, waiting for the right moment to end it. That moment came fast. A precise pit maneuver was executed, sending the Charger into a violent spin before it slammed into the concrete barrier. The vehicle came to a stop on the shoulder, but even then, the driver wasn't done. He attempted to flee on foot, sprinting away from the wreck. On July 10, 2025, in Orlando, Florida, what began as a routine traffic enforcement quickly escalated into a high-speed pursuit. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper identified a vehicle speeding aggressively on the highway, but instead of stopping, the driver made a dangerous choice, and within seconds, the chase was on. On November 4th in Florida, what began as a pursuit of a suspected stolen vehicle quickly escalated into one of the most extreme high-speed chases on I-95. Troopers identified a matte green Dodge Challenger Hellcat, but instead of stopping, the driver made a decision that pushed everything to the limit. The Hellcat surged past 160 miles per hour, tearing down the highway with overwhelming speed. The driver weaved through traffic, cut into emergency lanes, and ignored every rule on the road. At that velocity, even the smallest mistake could have turned deadly. Troopers pushed their own vehicles to the edge, staying in pursuit as the situation grew more dangerous with every mile. The chase finally broke when spike strips were deployed. With the vehicle compromised, the Hellcat slowed and rolled onto the grassy shoulder, coming to a stop. Within seconds, troopers moved in, weapons drawn, locking down the scene. The driver, a young male suspect, was taken into custody without further incident. What started as a stolen vehicle case ended in a high-speed gamble that could have cost lives. A reminder that at 160 miles per hour, control is an illusion, and there's no outrunning the outcome. On May 3, 2019, a stolen pickup truck set off a chain of events that would span 3 counties in Florida. The driver, 22-year-old Travis Lovett, was already wanted, and when deputies attempted to stop him, the situation escalated instantly. Instead of surrendering, he made a far more dangerous choice. Lovett didn't just flee, he turned the chase into a violent encounter. He drove recklessly through neighborhoods and highways, even attempting to strike 2 Citrus County deputies with his truck. Then the situation took an even darker turn. During the pursuit, Lovett fired multiple shots at pursuing Florida Highway Patrol units, 1 round, striking a patrol car's windshield. At that point, this was no longer just a chase, it was a life-threatening confrontation. The pursuit didn't last long, but every second was intense. The suspect nearly lost control multiple times, even striking a road sign, causing the vehicle to sway violently at around 70 miles per hour. Despite the car being almost completely out of control, he showed no hesitation, continuing to accelerate and race through narrow residential streets, ignoring the dangers ahead. With the threat escalating, troopers moved decisively. A tactical maneuver was executed, sending the stolen pickup into a violent rollover. The truck flipped multiple times before finally coming to a stop, ending the pursuit. Lovett was taken into custody and now faces multiple serious charges, including 3 counts of attempted murder of law enforcement officers. What began as a stolen vehicle case quickly escalated into a deadly situation, a reminder that every decision to run can push things beyond control and into consequences that last a lifetime. What started as a police pursuit quickly turned into something far more dangerous. A black Jeep Cherokee was spotted fleeing while already on fire. Flames and smoke trailed behind the vehicle, turning the situation into an immediate threat to everyone on the road. With no time to waste, officers made a decisive move, striking the Jeep and sending it spinning to a stop within seconds. They rushed in, weapons drawn, and quickly took the driver into custody. Moments later, the flames at the rear were extinguished. What began as a pursuit became a race against disaster, a stark reminder that when danger ignites, every second counts, and hesitation is not an option. On January 3, 2024, in Warren, Michigan, what began as a simple traffic stop for an expired license plate quickly turned into something far more serious. Officers pulled over a black Jeep Grand Cherokee, expecting a routine interaction. The driver claimed he was heading home from work, but within moments, everything changed.
The window broke.
Can you put the car in park?
Here's the park.
So the reason I stopped you is because the plate's expired on the car. Yeah.
I'm just coming from work.
Oh yeah. Is this your car?
No, it's my girlfriend. I live down the street.
Do you have your license with you and
No.
registration?
I don't have my license.
Nothing. All right. Is your girlfriend's car?
Yeah, she down the street. She got her license.
Where at?
Literally, I'm just coming from work.
Where do you work at? Okay. All right. What I gotta have you do is just hop out for me real quick, man, just because you don't have your license on you.
Officers are conducting an inspection of the suspect who was behind the wheel of a black Jeep Grand Cherokee. When asked to step out of the vehicle due to not having a valid license or documents, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled. The Jeep sped through city streets, cutting across grass areas and weaving through residential complexes in a desperate attempt to escape. Officers stayed in pursuit as the situation escalated, with the driver ignoring traffic signals and putting everyone nearby at risk.
20 short dreads, headed to 10 mile. Black male, Indian build dreads. Taxi to small farms. There's a block out there. Center lights blocking. It's up in the grass.
The suspect sped through a residential area at over 100 miles per hour, showing no signs of slowing down. As he approached a police blockade ahead, while another officer closely pursued from behind, he ignored all warnings, suddenly swerving off the main road and continuing to flee, pushing the situation to an extreme level of danger.
Alright, west on 10. You're good, clear, sorry. Yep. Coaching Sherwood. Alright, approaching Ryan. Center lane. Wait, he's slowing for Ryan. It's a red. Oh, 1050 into a box truck. He's underneath the box truck.
The chase reached a tragic end at the intersection of 10 Mile Road and Ryan Road. The Jeep ran a red light and slammed directly into a box truck, becoming wedged underneath it. The impact was devastating and immediate. Emergency responders arrived, but the driver of the Jeep was pronounced dead at the scene. What began as a minor traffic violation ended in a fatal crash, a stark reminder that a single decision to run can turn seconds into consequences that can never be undone. On March 17, 2024, around 3:05 p.m. in Euclid, Ohio, officers identified a stolen white Jeep Compass near E222nd Street and N Lakeland Boulevard. What should have been a recovery quickly escalated because instead of stopping, the driver chose to run. The Jeep tore through residential neighborhoods before merging onto I-90 West at a blistering speed. The driver weaved aggressively through traffic, ignoring all traffic signals and putting everyone around at serious risk. Despite blowing through multiple intersections and stop signs, he showed no hesitation, seemingly focused only on evading the police, with complete disregard for the law. After tearing through the residential area, the suspect sped onto the highway and floored the accelerator, believing he could leave everything behind. But he miscalculated. He was up against officers trained for the most intense pursuits. Whether on foot or behind the wheel, the idea of escape was nothing more than an illusion, because in this chase, the outcome had already been decided.
1050 hardcore, roll over 156 cars on fire, get completely EMS.
Although the officer had a bit of a belly, his training showed he was still running remarkably fast. The suspect's vehicle lost control and slammed into a black sedan that was lawfully traveling. The impact was severe, causing the Jeep to roll multiple times and erupt in thick smoke within seconds. Two suspects fled on foot but were quickly apprehended by officers nearby. Tragically, the driver of the sedan, a 49-year-old man, was pronounced dead at the scene due to severe injuries. What began as a stolen vehicle pursuit ended in irreversible loss, a stark reminder that every second of reckless flight doesn't just risk the driver, it endangers innocent lives, with consequences that cannot be undone. On a summer evening in Bratenahl, Ohio, a stolen Kia triggered an alert from a flock camera system. Officers quickly located the vehicle and attempted a traffic stop, what should have been a routine recovery. But the driver refused to stop, and within seconds, the situation escalated into a pursuit.
On North Marginal, John Victor 9949. Vehicle is smoking. Still going westbound on North Marginal. Vehicle is slowing in speed.
74 radio, can you see if Metro Park is available?
The Kia sped westbound, already damaged and beginning to smoke after colliding with another vehicle. Despite this, the driver continued to flee, weaving through traffic. In a shocking moment, the suspect leaned out of the car window, seemingly attempting something unknown, pushing the situation to an even more dangerous level. Ignoring all warnings, the suspects turned the roadway into a high-risk escape route.
Pointing on the highway,
The chase ended abruptly at a dead end near the lakeshore. With no escape, the suspects bailed out and scattered some sprinting toward I-90 inches, a desperate bid to flee. Officers quickly captured a 14-point-year-old near the vehicle as additional units moved in to track the others. Despite the chaos, no serious injuries were reported. What began as a stolen car alert turned into a frantic escape, proof that reckless choices often lead to a dead end.
At the curve, on the curve. 41 roll.
Storybox Audio.
On July 20th, 2024, along 75 Inches, Georgia, what began as a simple speeding stop quickly turned into a dangerous pursuit. A Georgia State Patrol trooper clocked a gray Dodge Durango at 97 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. The driver initially appeared to comply, but then made a split-second decision that changed everything.
Still continuing northbound 75. Past Forest Parkway, coming up to 285. Speed 126. He's getting on 285. Look like 9. If you take my road.
The Durango suddenly accelerated, launching into a high-speed escape that pushed past 130 miles per hour. The driver weaved aggressively through traffic, used the emergency lane, and forced other vehicles off the road. At times, he cut between cars and even forced a semi-truck aside while merging toward the I-285 connector. Every move increased the danger, turning the highway into a high-risk zone.
Go ahead and notify GSP, 285 West from 75. Speeds are going around curve. Speeds are 50 right now. He just 41. At the curve, 41 curve. 41 roll over. Get on the fucking ground! Get on the ground!
Chill, bro. Hey, bro. Well, chill, bro. I got a gun on. I got a gun on. Oh, I got a gun on.
Put a gun in.
It's in my pants. It's in my pants.
The chase reached its breaking point on a bridge curve. Attempting to take the turn at high speed, the driver lost control. The Durango slammed into the guardrail and bridge barrier, flipping and coming to a violent stop in the middle of the roadway. Officers rushed in with weapons drawn. The passenger exited immediately and was detained, while the driver injured was pulled from the wreck and taken into custody. A firearm was recovered, later confirmed to be stolen, and the vehicle itself was also reported stolen. The driver now faces multiple serious charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, and illegal firearm possession. What started as a speeding violation ended in a crash on a bridge, a reminder that at those speeds, control disappears, and the outcome is only a matter of time. In Ohio, before marijuana was legalized, a routine traffic observation quickly turned into a pursuit. Officers spotted a silver Ford F-150 with a temporary tag that had expired back in 2020, something that should have led to a simple stop.
And we're not stopping. Alright, he's still not stopping. We're coming up to Quimby. Passing Millville.
But the driver refused to comply and took off, leading officers through streets like Refugee, Quimby, and Millville. The pickup ran stop signs, including at Denmark Road, and steadily increased speed to break away. Even in residential areas, the suspect pushed the truck harder, turning a minor violation into a growing risk for everyone nearby.
Okay, he's hammering it down. Turning on Lindora, left on Lindora. Blue stop sign at Denmark.
The pursuit turned into a heart-pounding chase as the suspect repeatedly accelerated, speeding through residential areas and weaving recklessly through traffic, ignoring all danger on the road. The chase came to an unexpected end when both the driver and passenger abandoned the vehicle and fled on foot, leaving the truck behind as officers moved in to secure the scene. Inside the vehicle, officers discovered approximately 278 grams of marijuana, along with cash, a scale, and packaging materials consistent with distribution. The truck was impounded, and all evidence was seized for investigation. What started as an expired tag stop ended in a drug-related case, a reminder that running from a minor violation often exposes something far more serious, and there's no leaving it behind once the chase begins. In January 2023, along GATA 204 near Savannah, Georgia, what began as a routine traffic stop for an expired tag quickly turned into a high-risk pursuit. The driver, later identified as Amy Youmans Paget, made a split-second decision that would change everything she fled.
No, we're looking for one. They're stopping something else. He just called a traffic stop after that other car just fled. GSP not heard of that county unit. Do you know if it was, did it come off towards Gateway or was it going towards 17?
417 on King Right.
Right there. Go. All right, so why do you hold the female? Go, hit the lights and siren. Okay, now turn around. All right, we just picked it up. We're gonna try to get a stop. Where did it go? Okay, go. We'll be coming back to our channel.
The vehicle accelerated, pushing into a dangerous chase as troopers followed closely behind. Speeds climbed while the driver weaved through traffic, refusing to stop. Inside the vehicle, one critical factor would soon define the outcome: no seatbelt. As the pursuit continued, the margin for survival grew thinner with every second.
We're setting up to pit. 204 eastbound. Hit it. Okay, hold on. Get in the middle of the road.
Go ahead and you have the car 1018. Right for detail.
Alright, you got a knife on you? Put that airbag right down the hole. Keep on you. If they start shooting out of there, move out of the way. There. Pull it out. There you go. Now pull it out. Nice, take it out.
Troopers executed a pit maneuver at highway speed. The impact sent the vehicle into a violent rollover, flipping multiple times across the roadway. In the chaos, Paget was ejected from the vehicle, a moment that instantly turned the pursuit into a fatal crash. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but Paget was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators later confirmed she had been reported missing shortly before the incident. What started as a simple traffic stop ended in irreversible loss, a reminder that one decision, made in seconds, can carry consequences that last forever, especially when speed and risk collide. On August 21, 2022, in Fond du Lac County, Wisconsin, what began as a simple attempt to stop a vehicle with no registration plates quickly escalated into a dangerous pursuit. The driver refused to pull over, and within moments, the situation spiraled out of control.
Sticks are out at wide.
Units. Copy.
I'm coming up the Wanzer here.
8-8, sticks are out at wide.
The suspect accelerated to speeds between 100 and 160 miles per hour, fleeing across multiple roads. But the danger quickly escalated when he began driving the wrong way on the highway, heading southbound in the northbound lanes of Highway 151. Oncoming drivers were forced to swerve at the last second, narrowly avoiding head-on collisions. Every second became a life-or-death situation, as officers raced to stop the vehicle as quickly as possible.
Status update.
Wander on foot.
Temper.
Copy that. See you again. Working.
Affirm 2 of them.
10-4 requesting.
I copy.
After a 2.8-mile pursuit stretching across multiple roads and even dead-end areas, officers finally managed to bring the vehicle to a stop. But it wasn't over yet. The suspect suddenly jumped out and fled on foot into an open field, with multiple officers chasing closely behind.
Tell him to stop! Stop moving! Get down on your face! Get down on your face!
Lay down, flat. Cross your feet, put your hands at the small of your back. Put them on your back, right now. I got him. I got him.
The 6-year-old driver now faces multiple charges, including fleeing, reckless endangerment, and traffic violations. Despite the extreme danger, no injuries were reported, though a patrol vehicle and roadside property were damaged. What started as a minor registration issue turned into a high-risk, wrong-way chase, a reminder that one reckless decision can instantly put countless lives at risk, especially when there's no room left to react. In Fond du Lac County, Wisconsin, what began as a routine attempt to stop a 2012 vehicle quickly escalated into a high-speed pursuit. Deputies initiated the stop, but the driver chose to run, setting off a chase that would take an unexpected turn.
Cell phone Y, field stick, cell phone Y. In the ditch, trying to get back up on the roadway. On the roadway again, cell phone.
It is 22, we're continuing. We're gonna be eastbound on T.
He hit me for 43. It looked like there was 3 occupants, one in the back seat as well, with hands up.
Yeah, we're continuing east, took the ditch around the fence.
The suspect pushed the vehicle across nearly 18 miles of roads, refusing to slow down. At one point, the chase took a shocking twist. The driver cut straight through the Fond du Lac County Airport, crossing grassy fields and restricted areas in a desperate attempt to escape. Inside the vehicle, deputies observed multiple occupants in the back seat, adding even more risk to an already dangerous situation.
Winnebago County advises that they do not have any first responders responding. They would like to know if you want them to page the next nearest first responder to... Unsuccessful. From Fond du Lac, point to point, Winnebago from Fond du Lac, point to... Rolling Meadows.
The pursuit continued across multiple roads, including Johnson Street heading toward Highway 41, as additional units were called in to assist. As the pressure tightened, officers deployed a K-9 unit to help close in on the suspect. Despite the vehicle being heavily damaged and moving at only around 60 miles per hour, the suspect refused to stop and continued the reckless escape.
He went down into the door on the off ramp, or on ramp to 41. Someone stay on Rolling Meadows. 1050.
The suspects were eventually taken into custody after the pursuit came to a stop. The incident highlighted the extreme risks involved not only for officers, but for everyone in the path of such reckless decisions. What started as a simple traffic stop turned into a chase through an airport, a reminder that when desperation takes over, boundaries disappear, but the consequences don't. On June 18, 2016, around 9:32 a.m., a violent chain of events began on wet rural roads near Moxie. What started as a crash and roadside confrontation quickly escalated when the driver, later identified as Michael Roll, fled the scene, turning a tense situation into a high-speed pursuit. Driving a white sedan, Roll pushed speeds near 100 miles per hour on narrow, rain-slick roads. He weaved dangerously, nearly colliding with oncoming vehicles as he tried to outrun police. With every curve and every second, the risk intensified. Conditions were already dangerous, but his driving made it far worse.
Vehicle is crashed out first corner on Thorpe from Camash.
The chase came to a sudden and violent end at a sharp turn. The vehicle lost control, veered off the road, and rolled multiple times before crashing into a fence, sending up a cloud of dust and debris despite the rain. Afterward, the vehicle continued to emit thick smoke.
721, copy.
Officers rushed in immediately, weapons drawn, ordering Roll to the ground. He was taken into custody at the scene. He now faces multiple charges, including assault, hit and run, fleeing law enforcement, and driving with a suspended license. What began as a roadside incident ended in a violent rollover, a reminder that on roads like these, one reckless decision doesn't just escalate the situation, it guarantees the outcome. On August 23, 2023, in Los Angeles County, a luxury car theft turned into a citywide pursuit. A black Rolls-Royce Phantom worth nearly $500,000 was reported stolen in Arcadia. What followed wasn't just a chase, it was a high-speed run through one of the busiest urban areas in the country. The Phantom tore through highways and city streets, moving along the 210 freeway into Pasadena before heading deeper into Los Angeles. The driver ran red lights, drove into oncoming traffic, and weaved through dense congestion with complete disregard for safety. At times, the danger became so extreme that California Highway Patrol units were forced to pull back. From above, a helicopter tracked the vehicle, but even that came with challenges as the suspect pushed into the complex maze of downtown streets. As the chase reached downtown LA, the situation became even more unpredictable. Surrounded by tunnels, high-rise buildings, and shifting elevations, the suspect made one final move, disappearing into a tunnel system. In that moment, both ground units and air support lost visual contact. The pursuit ended not with an arrest, but with a disappearance. Reports suggested the suspect may have been armed, adding another layer of risk to an already dangerous situation. What started as a stolen luxury vehicle turned into a high-stakes urban escape, proving that in a city like Los Angeles, speed and chaos can create opportunities to vanish, but the consequences never truly disappear. On July 20th, 2024, along I-75 North in Georgia, what began as a simple speeding violation quickly turned into a high-risk pursuit. Troopers clocked a Dodge Durango SRT at 97 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone in heavy traffic. The driver initially appeared to comply, but that moment didn't last.
Still continuing northbound 75. Past Forest Parkway, coming up to 285.
Without warning, the Durango surged forward, launching into a chase that pushed close to 156 miles per hour. The driver weaved aggressively through traffic, cut between vehicles, and even used the emergency lane to force his way through. At one point, he split two cars apart and cut off a semi-truck while merging onto the I-285 connector. Every move increased the danger, turning the highway into a near-disaster zone.
.285 west, 285 west. Go ahead. Go ahead and notify GSP. It'll be 285 west from 75. Speeds are going around the curve. Speeds are 50 right now. He just 41 at the curve, 41 on the curve.
The chase reached its breaking point on the I-285 loop. Attempting to take a high-speed turn, the driver lost traction and control. The Durango slammed into the guardrail and bridge barrier before spinning out and coming to a stop in the middle of the bridge.
I got a gun on
you. Put a gun in.
It's in my pants. It's in my pants.
Put your fucking hands up. I'll shoot you. Hey! Put your fucking hands up.
It's in my pants.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Got one in custody, one at gunpoint. Put your fucking hands up right now.
It's right here in my pants, bro. It's right here. Shit, are you straight, twin? But chill, please.
Put your fucking hands on your back.
Bro, you got it.
Nobody else.
Officers rushed in with weapons drawn. The passenger exited immediately and was detained, admitting he had a firearm. The driver, identified as Jontavius Hood, was taken into custody and found in possession of a stolen handgun. The vehicle itself was also confirmed stolen. Hood now faces multiple serious charges, including fleeing, reckless driving, and illegal possession of a firearm. What started as a traffic stop ended in a violent crash, proving that at those speeds, control is temporary, but the consequences are permanent. On the 24th of October 2024, on Highway 71 Inches, Arkansas, a traffic stop quickly escalated into a pursuit when a Ford F-150 refused to comply. Police were forced to follow closely as the situation unfolded across multiple areas, including Greenland and near the airport.
Turn to some apartment complexes here in Greenland. I've got Greenland and CID. Back up to 71.
The pursuit intensified as the Ford F-150 continued to flee down the road, accelerating relentlessly without regard for anyone, while officers still had no opportunity to execute a pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end.
Traffic's medium the line, northbound 71. TBI roll over 1016. Hey. TBI roll over.
Hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Hands! Show me your fucking hands! Now! On the ground! On it! On it! Get out! On the ground! Get the fuck out of the window! You got him? Hey, go grab him real quick. Go put handcuffs on him. Who else is in the car besides you two?
We can't about this. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? I didn't want you to do that.
Get off.
I can't.
Get off.
I'm trying, sir.
Now get out on it. On the ground.
Yes, sir, I didn't do anything.
Who else is in the car?
Sir, I didn't do anything, I promise.
Is there anybody else in it?
I'm down. I ain't done shit.
You move and I'm gonna pull your fucking head off.
Yes, sir. I didn't do that.
Put your hands behind your back right fucking
Sir, I didn't do that, though.
You just keep your fucking hands right there.
Officers moved in and executed a pit maneuver, aiming to end the pursuit before it could get worse. The impact sent the truck into a violent rollover, flipping the F-150 and bringing it to a sudden stop. Within seconds, troopers rushed in with weapons drawn, surrounding the wrecked vehicle and issuing loud commands for everyone inside to show their hands. 3 occupants were taken into custody, including a female passenger who was injured and assisted out of the vehicle. One suspect repeatedly claimed innocence as officers secured the scene. Both the suspect vehicle and a patrol unit were damaged in the incident and required towing. What started as a refusal to stop ended in a flipped truck, a reminder that once a chase reaches that point, the outcome is no longer in the driver's control, only in the hands of those trying to stop it.